Hello and welcome back to Raise the Trident. My name is Jake. Today we are doing a game. I'm back in my game show era. However, today we have guests Colton and Joe from Mariner Mojo. How are you guys doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good. We totally are not recording this on the same night we recorded our podcast at all last week, but that's okay. So today, once again, we're doing a game. I took inspiration from this from a Twitter account called @Dbacks Dispatch. So shout out to them. They did a all-time Diamondbacks draft between multiple of their employees, whatever you want to call them there. I'm not sure, members, where we just go through all of the positions on the field, including a starting pitcher and a relief pitcher, and we are going to do a snake draft between all of us, and we're going to see who can put up and create the best team out of us three. So you'll be letting us know in the comments down below after this. I only put a couple rules on this. Firstly, I believe one of the rules was that the DH position doesn't have to be someone who played like only DH or DH'd a bunch, only because there's only like two good only DH hitters in Mariners history. So there's that, because the other rule is that everyone we draft had to have played at least 51% of their games at that position. So the only time that is not going to apply is in designated hitter. But we're going to be gentlemanly as far as not just, putting someone in the DH spot to save another, person in the position. I think it's going to be fun, and we're going to get into it. I have already randomized the draft order. So first overall is going to Joseph there. Second pick is going to me, and then third is Colton. However, it is a snake draft, so although he gets the third overall, he then gets the fourth overall as well, and goes back and forth like a snake, obviously. Duh. We're gonna get right into it. Joe, who is your first overall pick, and where are you placing him?
You said we're getting right into it. I have a question.
Okay.
Is it a reliever or is it a closer?
Reliever can be a closer. Any relief pitcher at all.
Okay.
And I guess the other portion of this, I forgot the other rule that reminds me, thank you, is that we are taking into account their career with the Mariners. So if they were kind of whatever with the Mariners and then had like a really phenomenal career elsewhere, we're not taking that into account. We are talking about their time on the Mariners specifically. So that is the other rule that I'll mention. Do you have another question? Are you ready to draft?
Oh, no. I've got my number one overall pick. He's the 101 in my book. Plain as day. There's no one else I'd rather pick at this spot. He is going into center field. I'm drafting Ken Griffey Jr. with the first overall pick.
Of course. Yep. The most obvious first round pick in all of Mariners history, 70.6 B-WAR in total with the Mariners. That's a lot.
Sheesh.
Quite a bit, and he is the leader in that by quite a mile. So yeah, that makes total sense. For me, who am I gonna pick? Let's see. I think we're gonna go with, oh boy, this is a tough one. I have a little list here. I am going to go with Edgar Martinez at my DH spot. I'm going to sort that out. That is 68.4 B-WAR during his time with the Mariners, so my DH spot is full. So yeah, Edgar Martinez goes 2-2. Who is going to go 3-3?
Wouldn't it be 1-2
or 1-3? It's going to go 1-3. Who's going to be 1-3?
All right. Well, I feel like I have to at this point go with Ichiro in right field. Knock the three Hall of Famers off the list here. I think for the first pick of the second round, then, Jake, I am going to go with one Robinson Cano as my next pick here. Yeah.
Shoring up that second base position already. Robinson Cano, 23.5 B-WAR. Going back to Ichiro, 56.4 B-WAR. So that's awesome. So who is going to be my second pick? I think I have to go. I'm going to go Alex Rodriguez for shortstop. Yeah, wow. I think I gotta shore that up here. So yeah, I'm not a big fan personally of A-Rod. However, you cannot deny that he was phenomenal for the Mariners, 38.1 B-WAR. So Yeah, it's going to have to be my second pick. Joe, who are you going to
You're in a
end
good spot right now,
round two
Joe.
now?
So we're all well aware of what's happening, right? There is position scarcity that is currently on the plate. I've got back-to-back picks here, so I'm gonna start some time clock of myself. I'm gonna draft Felix. I'm gonna get my starting pitcher out of the way because he is far and away, I think, at least by WAR as well, the consummate Mariners starting pitcher. I don't know how close the number 2 guy is, but I know Felix is right around 49-ish. So I'm happily taking Felix with the 6th overall pick there. Man, where do I go from here is the question.
Yeah.
Because, man, I don't know what I want to do.
Who are you going to start third round with?
I don't know, man. There's some choices that I can make here. But I think getting three of the best of the best players at a specific spot is what I wanted to do with my first 3 picks. And still an active Mariner. I think I'm taking Cal Raleigh right here.
Ooh,
to
nice.
really kind of set the clock on a couple positions as you guys did for me. I know I've got a ways away for some picks to be made, but you guys now have questions about whether or not you want to fill me in with the worst second baseman, the worst shortstop, however it works.
Yep. Fair enough. I mean, and it's funny because Cal's only been on the team for a few years now. However, he's only a couple B-WAR off from leading the franchise in catcher B-WAR. So that is very cool there. I'm going to have to go with, personally, probably my favorite starting pitcher of all time. I got to go with Randy Johnson. He's on the bump for me. I mean, come on, the big unit. It had to be him. That's my boy right there. 39 B-WAR with the Mariners. Obviously had a bit of a better career with the Diamondbacks after that, which is crazy to say when I'm talking about 39 B-WAR for a starting pitcher. But with the Mariners, he was also very good. So, yeah, going to Colton to end the third round.
So I do want to put out there, this is interesting now. Like, I don't have to take a pitcher now because I know neither of you could take another starting pitcher. So I'm good. I know that I can get Jamie Moyer whenever I want. So therefore, the next player I'm picking is Nelson Cruz as my DH.
Nice.
Right. I feel like that's a solid pick. Obviously, he's the last true DH behind Edgar. Ken Phelps' erasure here is pretty crazy that Joe's going to have to deal with if he wanted to go with an actual DH here. Though I feel like you can get a little sneaky now that we have changed the rules of DH. Where do I go from here? I'm going to go with one Alvin Davis as my first baseman on this team. First base is a weird one, and I don't want to share too much about my thinking here. But yeah, Alvin I think is the best first baseman in Mariners history.
Mr. Mariner.
Mr. Mariner himself. So I'm gonna go with Nelly and Alvin Davis.
I honestly feel like number 2 is almost like the hardest one because I don't get back-to-back picks. I just kind of have to go with whatever. So
it's
I feel like I'm at a bit of a disadvantage here.
Good, it's your show. You're supposed to be.
I guess technically, yeah. So for this, I am going to shore up my third base position. I'm going to take Kyle Seager, 36.9 B-WAR. He leads all third basemen in Mariners history in their Mariners, careers. So yeah, I'm going to shore up third base. My left side of my infield is spectacular. So yeah, that's who I'm going to take. And moving on to Joe.
The back-to-back positions, we're creating a lot of momentum and setting the clock for other picks here. I feel like I need to take advantage of a spot, and I'm going to take Brett Boone at second base. And then I will take Adrian Beltre at third base.
Nice.
As my next 2. Both setting the clock on you guys not setting the clock, but Jake, you now no longer have to draft a second baseman until very late. Colton, you don't have to draft a third baseman until very late. But I'm guaranteeing to have an edge over at least one of you guys in those spots.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, this is interesting. So I feel like a part of me is, I feel like relief pitching can kind of stay until the end. That's probably the least amount of value I'm gonna get. I've gotten two infielders thus far. It's like, do I want to shore up? I mean, part of me feels like I need to shore up catcher probably, because I feel like that's the most scarce out of what's left, because not a whole lot of great options. However, there's kind of one that I feel like I just have to take at this point, and that is Julio Rodriguez is going to be my center fielder. So, although Mike Cameron is technically above him in BWAR at this point, Julio is 24, and I think he's going to be amassing quite a bit more BWAR in his career. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take a nice franchise player and Julio Rodriguez.
Man, I was really hoping that I could wait on center field until the very end. So thanks for that, Jake. Well, in that case, I'm gonna have to go with Dan Wilson as my catcher, which I feel like is, kind of par for the course here. And then oh goodness. So I don't have to worry. Center field will obviously eventually be Mike Cameron for me, but I don't have to do that right now. Starting pitching, I don't have to worry about right now. And third base, I don't have to worry about right now. So those are positions where I don't need to think about until the very end of this draft. So I'm really looking at left field and shortstop right now. I think I'm going to go with Raul Ibanez in left field, kind of get him off the board there, because he is far and away, in my opinion, the best left fielder in Mariners history. Not a whole lot of, I guess, not a lot to write home about in left field for the Mariners throughout their history, but Randy might be a part of it soon. Who knows? But if we were to do this in a couple years' time, maybe Randy's up there. But as of right now, Raul Ibanez.
Fair enough. Do you want exclusive content? Because today you can become a member of the Raise the Trident channel for only $2.99, and you get some exclusive perks with that. Not only are you helping me financially, but you'll get 2-day early access to all videos except for breaking news, exclusive clips and segments from interviews, priority comment replies from me, and there will be some exclusive series as well. This is 100% optional. If you do not have the money, please do not spend it on me. However, if you do and you are willing to get some exclusive content, I appreciate it a lot. So once again, become a member today at Race to Trident. Go on desktop, you'll see the join button, click that, and you'll be all set up. Yeah, so at this point, I can wait on catcher. First base is in the running as a pick, that something I could pick right now. I could definitely wait on second base. You guys have both picked one. One thing that you guys haven't really picked too much from is right field. I'm going to take Jay Buhner, so he's going to be my right fielder. And there we go.
That's a good get this late. It's a good get.
Yep. Shocked he fell that far.
The draft is very much about scarcity of positional versatility.
Absolutely.
And I think that when there's only 3 of us anyway, I think that's what makes this draft so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the dealio, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take J.P. Crawford for my shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
And do I don't know what the next best idea is here. There's 2 spots.
Mm-hmm.
Both are not super valuable positions in my head. But I think I'm going to go with Phil Bradley in left field. I'm going to get left field out of the way. I think
Jake.
I think I like the position better. I like the depth at a different position better than I do left field. So Phil Bradley, he's gonna be out there.
By the way.
Why? Hey, whoa! No draft secrets here, pal.
Hey man, This is an open mic, baby.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, I got catcher open. You guys are both taking a catcher. I can wait. First base, Joe has taken first baseman, so I could steal that. Both of you taken second baseman already, so I can wait. Same thing with left field and relief. I'm just gonna kind of wait till the end. Got to go with the first baseman. John Olerud, baby. You're on my team. So John Olerud at first base.
All right. So I got back-to-back here. I can pretty much wait on everybody. And so the interesting thing with where my draft is at currently is what I do at relief pitcher. Because I think the way I understood this going into this was closer. which isn't necessarily the case.
Because I
It's
didn't
just
say
relief.
closer. I said
You
relief
didn't.
pitcher.
You did say relief pitcher,
From
and
the
I guess
beginning.
in my head, I just thought closer for
I
some
get it.
reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
And so, where do I want to? I think there are two decent picks right now and they were both closers in the end, but I think I want to go with, and I don't remember who was better. Unfortunately, it's been a little bit. I'm gonna go with JJ Putz as my reliever. And then at this point, I could just draft whoever the hell I want in each position. So center field, I'm gonna go with Mike Cameron.
Okay.
Because I don't have to worry about what you guys pick at this point, because I'm the third on all these positions. So
yep, fair enough. Okay, back to me. So catcher, second base, left field is waiting for me, but yeah. So the only thing that I don't have to worry about Joe picking at this point. It's just relief pitcher. So I feel like I got to shore that up. I'm actually going to go off of the WAR leaderboards, and I'm going to pick someone who's current. I want Andres Munoz. I'm going to put Mooney in there. He's going to be my relief pitcher. Obviously, he can have, some control concerns, but regardless, I get the nice entrance as well, which is total just aura personified. So yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Joe, you feel really good about being left with Edwin Diaz, don't you?
I feel amazing getting Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
Going into this with closers in mind for whatever reason. Maybe that was a conversation that we had that we kind of maybe misinterpreted some information. Could have been anybody that did that. Also, having the WAR leaders in front of you, Jake, kind of crazy, dog. I'm just
kidding. Cheater. But
I can prepare however I want.
Prepare? Bro's got an open book test, apparently. I don't need to take him now, but I guess I just will. I'll take Edwin Diaz right now. Just get it out of the way. He was always destined to be on my team. And with the DH, that's just it's just a weird spot. Cause I don't know if there's like one that I would feel comfortable not like, because we could have not gentlemen's early on, right? Like if Colton could have done Cano, Brett Boone, right?
Right.
Which would have been probably his plan. Had we not agreed to gentlemen's. Bro, second base is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Come on now. So
I'll take Shed Long.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So first base and right field is where I remain, and DH.
Yep.
I don't know what the right pick is here for who remains as far as thinking about WAR leaders. But I will take Mitch Haniger for right field for me. I will take Hanny and put him out there in right field.
Future Mariners Hall of Famer, by the way.
Could be. And I will happily put him out there in right field. Gladly.
Yeah, because once again, we're not talking about who these guys are in 2025. We're talking about who they have been for the Mariners. So,
oh yeah, and Mitch Haniger, a couple great seasons. I don't know if there's any other right fielders that are better than him off the top of my head in Mariners history.
Yeah, Goody played right field, but was mainly a center fielder.
Could have defensive WAR be beneficiary there, but yeah.
Depending on what we're basing it on. If we're basing it off WRC plus or WAR, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That's for the viewers to decide, not for us.
Yep. Okay, so I have catcher, second base, and left field remaining. You both have taken second base. You've both taken catcher. You've both taken left field. So I just have my pick at whoever I want at this point. I'll save my potentially surprising pick for last. It's not going to be that whole lot of surprising, but it's off the WAR leaderboards. I'm going to keep on the WAR leaderboards here. Harold Reynolds is my second baseman. So also, he just seems like a really good guy and a nice personality on MLB Network specifically. So I'm fine with that. We got a good vibes guy on the team. So I'll say.
Before Colton picks, would you have allowed me to take Boone for DH and put Harold at second? Because that was something that crossed my mind, but it felt not gentlemanly enough. Because with second base, if I had done that, you would have been what, Jose Lopez?
Josh
No-
Wilson, baby.
No,
Yeah, I
known
don't
all-star at second base. Like it's tough. It's tough to kind of like.
I feel
think
like
how
the
draft
rule, the
goes.
designated hitter rule, kind of left it to like who the first two people who pick are like
Yeah.
the actual designated hitters, and then the
Mhm.
third
And then
person's whatever. But
now
to
you
be
can just do
fair, like
whatever.
it's not like you didn't have a choice to pick a DH your first
Yeah.
time around if you wanted to.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just one of those like things where I'm like, there's only been two good designated hitters. Yeah, sorry Ken Phelps, but there just has only been two good designated hitters.
I will happily roster Ken Phelps in this draft. Okay.
If you want to, but like now that we're at the end of this, I mean, you really kind of have your pick at just anyone else that you feel like could kind of go in there. So yeah.
Dope.
Go
ahead, Colton.
Colton, your turn.
I mean, I have my pick of whoever, so I'm gonna go with Jamie Moyer as my starting pitcher. I mean, he just has the longevity. I think like he doesn't have the numbers of Randy or Felix, but he has, he pitched for 100 years, so that helps him quite a bit. And then at third base, I'm gonna go with Eugenio Suarez. He might not be like in terms of WAR right there as the third best third baseman. I'm not sure. But like, come on, Gino when he was with the Mariners was fantastic. So I'm gonna take Jamie Moyer and Eugenio Suarez.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, I'm gonna short my catcher position. There's not really any like great picks anymore at this point, and I'm actually gonna take someone who isn't third in WAR. I'm gonna take someone who is fourth in WAR. That's Mike Zunino.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
He's good.
Just
Mike Zunino is good. I have that shirt.
He could hit a 470-foot bomb,
That's right.
and he's just a veteran guy who's been around the team. So
Who's third?
Dave Valley.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
9.4.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Zunino is only worth 7.1. So
Damn. Yeah. Pretty thin position.
yeah.
First base. I mean, I know Tino Martinez is available. I don't know if he's the option, like the third best as far as that's concerned, but
When he was with the Mariners.
I think he was. I mean, he wasn't bad with the Mariners. He wasn't like his best, obviously, but like compared to other first basemen, like going through it in my head, we haven't really had premier first baseman. Like Richie Sexton is not better than Tino Martinez in his time with Seattle. Like Ty France, no. Like who else in like the list is so short. Yeah, Russell Brandon, Daniel Vogelbach, whatever. All right. I'm
My
not gonna
goats.
I'm not gonna
My
take
goats.
Casey Kochman. I'm not gonna take Danny Valencia.
Casey Kochman after the eye surgery. Come on.
Come on now. I think I will just take Tino Martinez at first base.
Okay.
And I will round out my draft with the first pick of the final round with Ken Phelps as my DH.
I'm honestly glad, Joe, that that's the way you went. Like, I feel like I agree with Jake in saying that you don't need to have 50% of your games, right, be at
Like, truth be
DH,
told, who
but-
else would I pick right now? Like, for a DH?
Yeah,
like,
true.
offensive prowess in Seattle, like, it's not like anything that's super worthy of writing home for. And
Mhm.
there's probably someone that I've missed along the way. Like,
Yeah,
I could
just in
see, like-
terms of WAR. I mean, you could have gone with literally anybody. I'm sure there's someone with more WAR than Ken
sure,
Phelps,
but like,
so.
I mean, like,
Well,
thinking
not
about,
not
like,
a DH, or at
2001
least not
teams.
51% DH, but yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like,
And-
like what, Bell? Like, maybe he.
Albert Bell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Russell
Blauer,
Brandon.
sure.
Mike Blowers, yeah, is a guy who didn't get picked in here. So, yeah, I think
Yet.
that. What? I don't know, Joe. I'm glad that that's the route that you went. I'm glad that even though Jake, you did make that caveat, I am honestly glad that we both went, or all three of us went with actual DHs.
Yeah. I agree. We're all gentlemen here,
Mhm.
I mean, we're all of the highest order and honor here on,
That's right.
especially on the Races Trident channel. So yeah, for me, I only have left field left. I could take Randy Wynn, who technically fits the bill as far as the third WAR leader. I'm not. I am going to take playoff Randy Arozarena for my left field spot. Yeah.
Does it have playoff as like parentheses next to his
Yes,
name?
yeah,
So it's like
he's-
guaranteed that he's in playoff.
On the graphic, it'll say playoff Randy Arozarena.
Got it. Got it.
So yeah, I just, first little stint last year wasn't, it was fine. I do think he's going to have a better 2025. Now, do I think he's going to stay on the team long term enough to beat 9.1 or whatever it is for Randy Win 8.8? Probably not. I don't know. Hopefully.
Sure.
So hopefully this ages well. However, I mean, I think it obviously, if I just, in a vacuum said Randy Win versus Randy Rosarena, who you picking? I mean, people are picking Randy Rosarena.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna shore up my team there. And Colton, you can end this out with a shortstop.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant himself, the last pick of the draft. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go
Brendan Wright.
Brendan Wright. I'm gonna go with Omar Vizquel. As I feel like that's like not a great.
What's the better option?
There isn't one. That's the hard part. Yeah,
I was talking about his off the field stuff, but I don't know.
Yeah, off the field. Yeah, but particularly just that short little time when he was a Mariner, sure. Off the field, guy's an asshole, but yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, so we're gonna go do a little flyover or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna go. This is Joe's team, so look at Joe's team, analyze it, and see what you think. Then we have my team. Woo! Yeah, pick that in the comments, baby. And then we have Colton's team. So analyze all these teams. I want you to let us know in the comments who ends up having the best team out of us three. I think we all have some really great choices and some not so great choices. That just is what it is. But yeah.
What?
Yeah. Thanks, the Mariner Mojo guys, for coming on and doing this fun little video. It's just nice to do a game that doesn't ultimately matter to us talking about the current state of the team. We could talk about the good old days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in my day when they used to play real baseball,
Exactly.
and the ownership group had nothing to say about it.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's going to be it for today's video. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps me out a lot. You can also like the video as well. And if you like the video so much, you can become a member for $2.99. It helps me out a lot. Get some exclusive content with it. That's going to be it for me in this one. Obviously, the Mojo guys' descriptions and all their links are going to be in the description. So please check them out if you haven't already. But yeah, I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one.